Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today we'll be taking an in-depth look at how to use Zeratul against Cold as the Void in the early game. For masteries, you want 30 combat unit attack speed, not Zeratul attack speed, because your combat units will be taking care of the early rifts and they'll be doing a lot of the damage. You'll want Artifact CD if you're not P3, but Support CD if you're using P3, 30 Avatar for non-P3, and 30 Legion Price if you're P3. I recommend using P0 over P3 because P0 is viable versus more comps. You get the Avatar, which makes the strong enemies devolve into weaker ones. Even if they get revived, they'll just be revived as weaker ones. They'll buff up your army, and you get the revives for DTs, and you can store extra charges for your stalkers. So it's much better than P3. P2 is usable, but I don't recommend it because the early game is much more difficult. So unless you're really proficient, you shouldn't use it. For legions, you should use the Telbris against Zerglings and Marines. You should use the Zoraya Legion against weak anti-air, so that's mainly Towering Walkers and Disruptive Artillery, that kind of comp. And you can use Surdeth Legion versus hard hitters. So any heavy air comps or like classic mech or things like that, you can steal their battle cruisers and use them. The general plan is to take out the first rift, one of the first rifts, then go home and micro against the trickles. You should get 3 to 4 ambushers and 2 shield guards by around 4 minutes and defend the base with this group. Zeratul goes out to take care of the rifts. Even if there are 3 of them, at 4 minutes, you can deal with all of them. If there are 3 rifts, you may want to summon the Legion to help out. Get 4 DTs by 8 minutes and put them in different parts of the map so that you can control rifts in those areas. You want your main army to be DTs against a ground comp and ambushers against air or others. Now let's take a look at the build order. So here we start with 13 gateway, and this is around the trap, the artifact. So I remember by there's this like this mark and this mark, so the gateway fits right here. The spot is somewhere like right here. Okay, and then you get up to 16 or 17 probes. I got up to 17, you'll be just fine with that. And then you make 2 ambushers, chrono them out. Okay. So the one of the tricky things about Zeratul is you pretty much have to kill one of the rifts immediately, because if you don't, there will be some trouble. So if you don't, if the rift, like if you're over here and the rift spawns like here and here, you might just die because the enemies, if the 250 wave spawns enemies, they're gonna overwhelm you. So it's very unfortunate that this part is quite luck-based. And Legion is even more luck-based, so that's not really a reliable option. So you kind of have to hope that one of the rifts is at least close to you. The first enemy spawns spawn at around 2 minutes and 32 seconds. So you have to hopefully find the rift before then and take it out. So here you can see with 2 stalkers shooting it, 2 ambushers shooting it, it goes down by 230. So even if it spawns something, that's fine. You just need to make sure it dies by 250 because you don't want it to spawn. Another option that you can do is you have like 1 ambusher here and you send 1 this way. Technically, if you have 1 guy and you poke the rift right from the beginning, you can kill it before 250, but it's really risky and I don't suggest it. Anyways, in the meantime, if something spawns and you just kill the rift, don't kill the unit. Let them come to you so that the reanimators will go to you. So you get a 3rd ambusher plus the core forge, the cyber core. This is positioned. You see how they're positioned. So you're going to make the trap around this spot. And then here, the first corpses are made. And now we just kind of wait. So getting a 4th stalker. And then we're just going to pick off the enemies, the trickles. The first reanimator is on its way. So we're just going to fight, and there's a lot of stuff, you see. The most dangerous unit that spawn is the Marauder, because it does extra damage, and they hurt. So now with the Cyber Core done, we get the DT Shrine plus 2 of the 2 Shield Guards. So since the first death was here, the first Reanimator would more likely come from the bottom. And because I just saw a Reanimator die, I can take out a Close Rift. if the rifts were not close to the ambushers, then these guys will stay home and Zeratul will go out. Zeratul finds the first artifact. You have to be really fast with this, because if you're not, you're in trouble. So here, it doesn't matter if the 420 spawns. You just need to take care of the first, take care of the rifts. This Tesseract monolith goes right here. You can see it's kind of how it's connected. And then with your 6 units, this is your current main army. You will take out reanimators plus the enemies. Zeratul can come back and deal with the attack wave. You see, there's a lot of Marines, kind of strong. So Zeratul should actually deal with the attack wave before dealing with the rifts. And in the meantime, once Dark Shrine is done, you get 1 Void Templar. So at this point, things have kind of stabilized. So you want to split into 3 groups. One is the Ambusher Shield Guard group. One is Zeratul, one is this new DT. And your goal is to control 3 different areas with them. The Stalker group will most likely stay near the home to deal with reanimators, and then the DT deals with one, Zeratul deals with another side. I would send the DT to the Expo and Zeratul on the bottom. This way, Zeratul can, so the DT can can break the rocks afterwards. So here, it happens that the 2 rifts are close to Zeratul. So what you can do is you have Zeratul kill both while the army stays at home dealing with the trickles. If one of the rifts spawn on this side, then this DT will take care of it and Zeratul will take care of the other one. No matter what, the Stalker army stays at home so that the reanimators don't get close. Here, a second DT is coming. So yeah, take care of this. Second DT. Once the second DT is out, you send it over to the right. You send it over to the right ramp. So here we see the reanimator and he's gone. So the DT, you see this is a patrol line. So this DT is not a hit squad. The point of this one is to kill the trickles that are nearby. And if while he's patrolling, you see a reanimator, you just kind of control or you drag click and then you right click the reanimator. So that's the point of this one. Here they spawn again, that's fine. As for the attack wave, so what you do is you can here, by 6:15ish, you should have this cannon, and then you would have completed the artifact trap. So take note of this. This is the trap. And then here, they will, if it's Terran, they won't send a detector, and you can use a Void Templar to attack the train. If you are using P3, you can use Zeratul and spin to win the detector and then go. Alternatively, you can summon a Legion to deal with this if it's 560. If it's 800, you may want to hold off. And what you do is, here, you can have Zeratul come here and deal with the train. So I have a second DT. So this one, the DT is going to go after the train. Zeratul here is dealing with the attack wave. And then just gonna go, so attack wave here, the attack wave's here. Zeratul should be dealing with the attack wave. This guy has become a hit squad. So I'm making, I did not make the next DT yet. I don't have enough gas. So here I see there's a reanimator, so you take care of that. And then the next waves are here. So next rifts are here. Void Templar takes care of this one because he's in a group. And then the ambushers have gone down here. They can fight. The first group of enemies shouldn't be too strong, so they can actually fight the train. And then Zeratul goes here. He blinks over here. Oh no, I use teleport. You can use teleport because with the artifact trap, you don't need it to search for the third one. You know it'll be in the middle. So you take this one, take care of this one. Sometimes they'll scan, it doesn't really matter, you just kind of move away from it. So take care of the train. And then right now, the base is slightly empty. So it's if the reanimator comes from the bottom, you do have Monolith plus Shield Guard to defend for a bit. If it comes from this side, Zeratul's over here. So you're still kind of safe. Then, so you put your second Monolith here, so you can defend this side. And then, let's see. So let's see, by 8 minutes, so Zeratul takes care of this wave, reanimator spawned here. So now the main army comes back into position. Here we have one DT at the natural. One DT is going to protect this side. and then at 8 minutes, so before 8:20, we have another DT. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 DTs. You can you'll probably want up to like 6 or 7 later on, at least, even if you go stalkers. But here, so what are their roles? So let's wait till 8:20. Okay, so 8:20 spawn. I'm about to get the next artifact, and in here, so Zeratul is close to this one. This one is close. This guy is close to this one. My army is close to this one. Stalkers can reach this one, and then this one can reach here. So this guy, he's kind of idle, which is fine. And then you see here, I have 1 Void Templar on this ramp, so he's gonna patrol later, and this one here patrol here. Same thing as I mentioned earlier. You will slice whatever trickles come here, and if a Void Reanimator walks up, you can use the Void Templar to right-click. The last thing I want to mention before we show the late game is you want to get the artifact, and then you want to use the avatar before 9 minutes, because if you don't use it before 9 minutes, you are going to it's going to be late later. So even if you hit nothing, you should use it around 9 minutes as soon as possible. Otherwise, like later, the train will be like going up here, and you want to use it when it's like here, but you won't be able to use it until it's like right here, and that's kind of late to devolve the dudes. So yeah, 9:05 is still okay. All right, so by this point here, have at this point you can make another cannon here. This part should be done. You can make a cannon here. Third monolith goes here, and you have DTs spread out, 1 here, 3 here, third one here. 1 should be like right here, and then Zeratul and ambushers go after the train. All right, let's look at the late game. So eventually, this is what you're going to work towards. You want to have a defended base, so lots of monoliths everywhere. And then you want your main army, of course. You have your patrolling DT here, patrolling here. Then you have 1 DT around this area, covering the rifts in this area. 1 DT for this side, covering all the ones over here. 1 at the bottom. You can actually have 2 at the bottom if you don't want to like have to walk around a lot. You can put 2 around the bend. Then Zeratul is responsible for all the far rifts. And you have a siege observer to see invisible units, plus you get vision of the reanimators when they're close. You should have another one here. I had one here earlier, but it got killed because a raven flew by. And yeah, so at this point, you should also get cannons on this edge so that they cannot attack your mineral line. Okay, and that's it. For more details, check out my actual runs. I explain my thought process and plans in more detail. And that's it for this lesson. Like and subscribe if you want to beat this mutation with Zeratul. What are your strategies when using him? Comment them down below. Thanks to all the members who are supporting me. If you would like to join the squad, check out the link in the description. And while you're here, why don't you learn how to use the Haka for Code is the Void? See you there!